Hi guys, it's Miss Kerwin. I'm going to show you a couple more problems that are some volume word problems, and they look exactly like some of the problems you will see sometime this week, except I changed all the numbers. So I wanted to give you some examples of how I would do them. So for this first one, it says, imagine the rectangular prism below is 4 meters long, 3 meters tall, and 2 meters wide. How many layers are there from top to bottom? The first thing I like to do is actually take a picture, or I could actually, if I had paper and pencil, I would draw a rectangle as best I could. And I want to label my different measurements. So it said 4 meters long. So I'm going to label my 4 for my length that goes down across the bottom. It said 3 meters tall. So I'm going to put that back here to show that that's how tall it is. And then 2 meters wide. That's going to be my width that's right here. Now, it didn't ask for the volume. It asked for how many layers are there from top to bottom. So I'm going to look at my height, because my height tells me my top to bottom. It says 3. That means that there would be 3 layers from top to bottom. It told me that right out in the measurement, so I would just put 3 for that. We're not done yet, so I'm going to go to the next one. It says, how many cubic units is each of those horizontal layers? So I'm going to finish drawing it. Oh, geez. I hope you can draw a straight line better than me. Should I try again on that? Let's try again. Ugh, not much better, but you get the point. We're looking at this top layer. Now, if I know that it's 4 meters long and 2 meters wide, it's asking how many cubic units is that? You could take the time to draw out 4 and then 2 wide, but I know that what's going to happen here is I'm going to be finding the whole area of this face. So I can just do 4 times 2, and we know that 4 times 2 is 8 cubes, or 8 cubic units. And then the last question asks, so what is the total volume? This is where we can go ahead and use our volume formula, which is length times width times height. And we're actually just going to plug in our dimensions that they gave us. We know that our length, I'll scroll down a little bit, is 4. Our width was 2. And our height was 3. So now I just need to solve it. I like to start with my first chunk and go 4 times 2. That's 8. And I'm going to copy down everything else that I haven't used yet, just the times 3. So now I just have this math fact, 8 times 3. Give you a second to think about it. It's 24. And since this was meters, I'm going to say meters cubed, or cubic meters, which looks like a 3 as an exponent up in the air. My next problem is about 2 different people. It says Liz and Kim want to increase the volume of this prism by 24 cubic centimeters. Liz wants to add 2 layers on top. Kim says they need to add 3 layers to the side. The teacher tells them they are both correct. Explain. So we have to think about this. If Liz wants to add 2 layers on top, then I'm going to look right here at my top layer and say, okay, let's see, how could we prove this? What is a top layer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, that whole top layer was 12. So I know that if she wants to add 2 of those layers, no. Sorry about that. If I want to add 2 of those layers, then I'm going to add another group of 12. And guys, is that right? Does 12 plus 12 equal our 24 that we want? Sure does. Now I'm going to think about Kim. Let's do Kim in red. Kim says she wants 3 layers to the side, and she wants it to add up to 24. So I'm going to look. I've got 2 different sides. So I'm going to erase this and get it out of the way, this blue. So that's out of the way. Did you like my sound effect? And then I'm going to look at my sides. I have two different sides. This side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I added 3 groups of 6, I know that 3 times 6 is 18. That's not 24. So I'm going to look at this side, and I'm going to see how much is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, if I had 3 groups of 8, so I've got 8 here, I know that if I added up 8 plus 8 plus 8, I could also do 3 groups of 8 as 3 times 8. Either way, I would get 24. So that's the side that Kim must be talking about, and the teacher is right. They are both correct. This said to explain, so I need to actually write a sentence. If you did any work like this, if this was a normal paper and pencil type of test, this work would be great to kind of show your thinking. You would never want to erase that. But I'm going to type a sentence down here like you would for your response on the Google form. It says, the teacher says they're both correct, explain. So I'm going to start with Liz. Liz, I'm going to say if, you can't say that. Liz adds 2 layers on top, they would each be 12, what do we call this? Cubes. 2 groups of 12 is 24. So she is right. And I would talk about Kim. If Kim added 3 layers to the front side, each layer is 8, so she also would add 24 cubes. That's something that you could write for a correct answer on this one. There's a lot of right ways to write this type of sentence. And all I did is I explained my thinking and what we showed up here. Remember, when you're doing these problems, do not get stressed out. These are just our kind of extension and really deep questions. If you're not sure and you aren't sure what to do, just try your best, maybe fill something in and move on to the next one, because these are our special bonus problems that are extensions. But just try to do your best and don't stress out about them. I think you'll do great. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always email, or we can Zoom together if you want to do problems together.